You think your 9 to 5 is rough? Ever tried being a ship's cook on a 15th century voyage? No, really. Picture this. Your office is a floating wooden death trap. Your boss is a salty sea captain who thinks scurvy is a myth. And your main ingredient is, well, let's just say mystery meat would be a luxury. Congratulations. This is your life now. First up, your state-of-the-art kitchen. Forget your Viking ranges or even a microwave. You've got an open fire pit, usually in a cramped, poorly ventilated corner of the deck, or worse, below deck, where every wave threatens to extinguish your flames and your will to live. Imagine trying to cook Thanksgiving dinner in a porta potty during a hurricane. That's your Tuesday. And your living quarters? Oh, you share a communal space, probably with the rats who are also vying for your precious, dwindling food supply. Personal space is a myth, like fresh vegetables. Privacy? What's that? The only thing private here is the existential dread you feel every morning. Now for the main event, the food. Your culinary repertoire consists primarily of hardtack. Basically, a flour and water biscuit so sturdy it could double as building material, and salted meat or fish. And by salted, I mean cured with enough sodium to preserve a woolly mammoth. Fresh produce, hilarious. That stuff spoils faster than a celebrity's reputation. Occasionally, if you're lucky, you might get some dried peas or beans. Your goal isn't to create delicious meals, it's to create sustenance that won't actively kill the crew today. Think of it as meal prepping for the apocalypse, but the apocalypse lasts for months and everyone hates your cooking. Thirsty? Great. We've got water. It's been sitting in wooden casks for weeks, possibly months. It's warm, stagnant, and probably home to more microorganisms than your average petri dish. Think of that forgotten water bottle in your car that's been there since last summer. Now imagine that's your only source of hydration. Sometimes they try to add vinegar or alcohol to purify it. Mostly, it just made the questionable water taste like questionable water mixed with questionable vinegar. Dehydration and dysentery were just part of the daily grind. Consider it an organic detox if organic means full of whatever decided to grow in here. The crew, bless their scurvy-ridden hearts, had very high expectations, which is to say, they expected food that didn't immediately send them to the great deep. If someone got sick, it was your fault. If the food ran out, your fault. If the wind wasn't blowing, probably still somehow your fault. You were essentially the ship's punching bag, a convenient scapegoat for all the misery of sea life. Your job satisfaction surveys would be interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel like a punching bag? 11, with a bonus round of seasickness. Let's talk hygiene, or more accurately, the distinct lack thereof. Fresh water for washing dishes or hands? Don't be ridiculous. You're lucky if you can rinse your cooking implements in seawater that's marginally less disgusting than the water you just cooked with. Disease spread like wildfire. A cough in the morning meant everyone had it by lunchtime. Your kitchen was a petri dish, your cutting board a biohazard. Food safety standards were theoretical. Basically, if it didn't wiggle too much, it was probably fine. Probably. As if the food and living conditions weren't enough, you're also in charge of an open flame on a wooden ship filled with highly flammable materials. One wrong swell, one misplaced ember, and boom, you've turned your floating office into a magnificent, fiery spectacle. Hope you brought marshmallows. And storms? Oh, storms are fun. Imagine trying to cook during an earthquake, but the earthquake also involves massive waves trying to swallow your entire workplace. Keeping pots from flying, maintaining a fire, and not falling overboard were just additional items on your daily to-do list. Multitasking. Eventually, the lack of fresh food would catch up. We're talking scurvy, teeth falling out, bleeding gums, fatigue, all the fun stuff. You'd be surrounded by people slowly deteriorating, and you, the cook, were essentially presiding over their slow, nutritional demise. It's like being a chef in a restaurant where everyone gets food poisoning, but it takes months to develop. Malnutrition was a constant companion. Everyone was weak, tired, and probably a little bit delirious. Your job wasn't just to cook, it was to try and make semi-edible something out of nothing, knowing full well it wouldn't prevent the inevitable. Talk about job satisfaction. And what did you get for all this suffering? A paltry wage if you survived the voyage? Future prospects? More cooking on more terrible ships? Or maybe a quiet retirement in a ditch somewhere? There was no LinkedIn for 15th century ship's cooks. No Employee of the Month certificates. Your legacy? You maybe didn't poison everyone. Your greatest achievement was likely simply enduring. Imagine working a job where your best case scenario is didn't die today. Truly inspiring stuff. So, next time your DoorDash is 10 minutes late, or your office coffee machine breaks, or you have to eat lukewarm leftovers, just remember our poor 15th century ship's cook. Think about their hardtack, their algae water, their rat infested kitchen, and their constant fear of fiery death. You have refrigerators, you have microwaves, you have a bewildering array of spices. You can literally summon food to your doorstep with a few taps on a magic rectangle. You are living the culinary dream, my friend. So, the next time you complain about your job, just be grateful you're not making mystery meat surprise in the middle of the Atlantic with scurvy setting in. Because history teaches us one thing: sometimes not having a job is better than having that job. You're welcome. Now go appreciate your fridge.